I'm so excited. It's Tuesday. You know what that means?
You just can't hide it. You're so excited.
That's right. It is Boycott Tuesday.
Oh, what are we going to
Tuesday.
boycott today?
We're going to boycott Chick-fil-A.
Boo! Wow! Now, why are we going to do that?
Well, apparently because people are just finding out that they hired a diversity, equity, and inclusion officer who had been there for a pretty good while.
I'm about to say he's been there for a
We're
while.
on a roll now for Bud Light. We're on a roll now.
I think people are going back in the history of all these companies, and they're going to
That's
find
right.
stuff just so we can.
We
boycott
got Bud
them.
Light. We got Target. Let's boycott somebody else. Because there's a bunch of restaurants to eat at. Now, when it comes to Amazon, we're not boycotting.
Amazon don't do nothing stupid.
Right. Anything that I absolutely need is not getting boycotted.
Yeah.
But these people, let's just go ahead and boycott.
Does this one hit different because we're boycotting a quote-unquote Christian organization, a Christian-owned organization?
I have no idea that they're Christian other than the fact that they are closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
Close on.
And they're
Right.
very polite.
Right. My car mechanic's closed
it's
on
my
Sundays.
pleasure.
He's
It's
not
my
a
pleasure.
Christian.
You need to find that rat video. And
They're-
put it
they're
up
very-
there. Have you ever seen the My Pleasure rat video?
No.
Oh
I
my
think
gosh,
so.
we'll watch that later. That was so great.
I
Yeah.
think so.
It's my pleasure to serve you.
I don't understand. This is so funny. I don't understand how, like, Culver's and Chick-fil-A can hire the nicest people to work there. And then you go to Wendy's and it's like, what the hell do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
they won't speak up. They mumble.
I
They
know
get your
they're back
order
there
wrong.
and they're just like,
That's all about management there.
it's like
When they
Dawn of
come
the
in-
Dead behind the counter.
Yeah,
Everybody
well-
walking around
Yeah,
like
Mandy
zombies.
gets so mad at me because I don't even like going to the drive-thru anymore.
I don't- Wendy's
I don't
is
want to go
horrible now.
inside anyways. But we go in the drive-thru, and I am very particular. I order everything I want. I speak clearly,
Yeah.
and I even say it in the order they would have asked me it. I want this. I want this to drink. I want this sauce, and I'll say I want this, and then right before I get ready to say it, they're like, "You want this?" And then I'll say it, and then they go back and, well, what do you want to drink? What sauce? They make me repeat it every time, and I'm so flippin' mad by the time I get to the counter, I don't even want to pay for it. And Mandy just sits over there and giggles at it.
I go up to, we ought to do a whole fast food episode, but I go up there and when I go to the window, I'll say, oh, I did order a Diet Coke, didn't I? So that I know I did.
Just as a
Just
reminder,
a reminder to them,
Yeah.
and they'll sit there and look at me for like 5 awkward seconds.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yes, and hand it to me.
So-
and by the time I get down the road, it's a Coke.
My favorite,
It's like,
my favorite one is
you got one
McDonald's.
job.
My favorite was McDonald's. It never fails. When you got kids and you order a Happy Meal,
Yeah.
it comes with chocolate milks or milks,
Yeah.
whatever you get, or apple juice. They never give it to you.
Oh.
They'll always hand you the Happy Meals. I'll get my drinks. So I drink from my wife. We'll get our thing. They hand us the Happy Meals, and they shut the window and walk away. I've had to knock on the window more times than I can count because I'm like, hey, we didn't get our shot. Oh, and then they look at you like, well, how dare you? How dare you ask for what you ordered?
You have to sit there and I'd stop and just check my bag while they're looking at me.
Oh, gosh.
I don't care if there's 15 cars behind me.
It drives me crazy. Now, I get it.
Because
Sometimes
I knock
people
on the
forget
door.
Things. I get it. But
And I'll knock on the window. I'm like, I need ketchup.
Yeah.
I need a napkin.
We were just at one.
I need a freaking straw.
We were just at McDonald's the other day, and they had a sign out front that says you get 2 quarter pounders. You buy one, you get the second one for $1 or something like that. So
Okay.
it's a pretty good deal. Same thing with the 10-piece nugget.
Yeah.
oh,
So I walked up there.
I love their nuggets.
And I said,
Even
I
though
see.
they're not chicken.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
And I said, I see that you got nuggets. For 2 of them, you buy one, you get one for $1.
Right.
I want 2 of those. And then I thought, oh my gosh, they're going to give me 4 because of the way I worded that.
Uh-huh.
I want 2 of those $2 deal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, I get
So
it.
I clarified, and then I ordered the quarter pounders. Buy one, get one for $1.
Right.
And then I ordered 3 drinks, 3 people in the car, and they said, your total's $24. And I thought,
That sounds a little
that
high.
seems extremely cheap. I said,
Oh.
I had to ask them to read my order back to me. They did not do it. There's no way they would have got it right. Believe it or not, it was only $24. They got it right. $8 a person with that menu deal. However, I had
I
to
can't
tell
do math.
them that that deal existed. I got up and I said, I want this and this. She's like, oh, that only applies to 4-piece nuggets. And I said, it says it on the sign right
You know,
here.
you can buy bags of ice at McDonald's through the drive-thru.
Really?
You
It's
can.
true.
You can probably buy stamps now,
You
too.
can. You can buy bags of ice.
We just
I'm just sorry. I just got.
we came back from the lake yesterday and I ate at Wendy's and stopped there and I just It's one of those
Wendy's
things
is
where I'm
great.
just sitting there at the table, just like depressed, because I got a. I remember maybe I was smaller back then. Growing up, you got a double at Wendy's. That
Oh, you
sucker,
couldn't eat it.
It felt like it was that big.
Yeah.
I got now like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I'm sitting there going, we're paying more money for less food,
Mm-hmm.
and it's horrible.
Uh-huh.
It was absolutely. I ate at McDonald's the other day. McDonald's, it's like when I first became a Christian before I was married. If I one time had premarital sex and all I wanted to do was throw up in the toilet. I feel the same amount of regret when I go to McDonald's because I go there and I go, I know I'm going to hate this. I just know it, and I go and I search the world, and it's crap.
I'll be completely honest. If I didn't have kids, I would never go there.
Yeah.
If I didn't have kids
It's
that wanted
crap.
Happy Meals, I'd never.
However,
I'd
did
never
you
walk
eat
into
inside
those
at
doors.
Wendy's?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
it was
only-
me and there was nobody else. There was
Yeah.
1,000 people milling around Wendy's, and I'm the only one sitting in there eating.
right here
Pizza Hut doesn't even let you inside anymore.
That's why you should have went to Burger King.
in our neighboring city
That's
here.
a place to eat.
In our
Best place.
neighboring city here, my kids and I were going to the movies. I wanted to actually go in a restaurant, sit down and eat. We went to 5 fast food restaurants before we could find where we could go in 2023. They're all closed.
Yeah, because they don't have it. They don't
What?
have enough staff.
Yep. And
Nobody's got
Wendy's
enough staff.
was the one that let us in. Taco Bell didn't let us in. GD Ritzy's didn't let us in.
They put your food in a bag.
I didn't. No. I didn't go. When I saw the door was locked, we left.
They put my food in a bag.
You're eating. You're dining
I'm
in.
dining in. Here you go.
Well, they do that a
Like,
lot.
dude,
now.
I'm eating. I want a tray.
They don't care. They don't care.
Burger King's the best place to eat
There's
right now.
there's a local Taco Bell around here that when you go in, I stood at the counter because they have 2 cash registers.
Yeah.
I'm standing at the counter, and there's like 5 people working in the back. One of them pokes her head around the corner and goes, "Can I help you?" And I'm like,
Yes,
"Yeah,
you can."
I'd like to order." And they go, "Well, you got to order on the." They had one of those little.
They
Yeah.
got a kiosk now.
I looked at him and went, "Nope." Turned around, walked out, and I went across street Subway because I am not going to do that.
Yeah.
That's why you were here. That's why there's a cash register. I
Right.
don't work here. I'm
Right.
not going to put my order in.
Right.
I'm going to tell you what I want.
Then why are
You may
those
come make
places
it
like
too.
that?
It's like, do I got to go back there and make my own tacos?
Why are those places like that? And you go to Culver's, you just walk in, and all these
I-
people are like, "Hello, sir. How are you doing today?"
Yeah, Culver's
Can
doesn't
we
have
wash
trouble
it?
getting employees. Yeah.
Can we wash and wax your car while you're here?
Is it a
It's
pay
just
thing?
like-
But I know Taco Bell's paying like $14, $15 an hour to work Taco Bell.
I tell you who else?
Yeah.
Arby's has fantastic customer service.
Arby's is so good.
Arby's
too.
is
It's
great,
expensive. Though.
It is expensive, but it's.
but you've got it's I could walk into a store and tell you what type of manager they have there.
yes.
You go to Home Depot, our local Home Depot. Everybody, after a little while, you're just like, quit talking to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Every
I know
aisle you go down, they're looking for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
And they go,
Can we help you, sir?
"Can I help
Can
you?"
we help?
No.
Lowe's,
Oh, they don't talk
they
to
see you and turn to walk and run the other
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
would like that.
Yeah.
You say, "Hey, how you doing?" They're like, ah! They're scared of people
Well,
talking
probably
to
good people like me that go into Lowe's and I walk in there and I can't help it. No, I know more about this than you do.
them. Yeah.
Like, I'm good, thanks. Like, I got this. I
Walmart-
might not, but I'm gonna
Walmart's so
pretend I
funny
do.
because you just sit there and you just be like staring at. I can sit there and just stand in the aisle and just be looking around, and Walmart people just walk by.
Yep.
They don't care.
Nope, they don't get paid for that. That's not their job.
I sat there and had a conversation with somebody who was actually doing a little takeaway food thing that they do where you drive your car up and get it, which, by the way, is a fantastic thing. Thank you, COVID. But I'm sitting there talking to the person. They got earbuds in.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even hear me.
Yeah, that didn't used to be allowed. It is now.
Yeah.
They're walking around with their phones now.
Yeah.
I'm checking out. The dude's sitting there texting while I'm checking out.
Mm-hmm.
They're so desperate for people to work.
Mm-hmm.
They
And
can't
that's
find
the thing.
anybody.
These employees can do anything they want.
Yep.
They're not going to get fired.
You know where all
got them right where they want them.
Yeah.
you know where all the good kids are? They're playing travel baseball.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
man.
True story.
We had free time. We had get a job. You didn't sit around here all summer.
They played on Memorial Day.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Like,
They're playing right now.
yeah.
You know, I
That's
played
right.
sports my entire life. Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't do this. If I had done this, started playing baseball, basically straight out of the womb, put me on a t-ball team.
And you're playing 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I would have been sick of baseball by the time. I was sick of it by the time I got out of high school.
Yep.
I played a little bit of college ball. I was already tired of it.
Yep.
And now they just don't even get me started. Okay, so what were we talking about here?
Well, we're
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
Chick-fil-A.
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 Yeah.
Boycotting. All right, so
Well, they're saying that they should boycott it because they hired this
yeah,
guy.
if you're going to boycott, you need to boycott it because of this video that came out several years ago. They're having a conference at Louis Giglia. Is that his name? Louis Giglia's church.
Louis Giglio.
That sounds like a dumb name.
I know
I'm sorry, bud.
It's like
You
a
got
made
dumb
up.
name.
Yeah. I know.
Louis Giglio.
Yeah. And,
I can't pronounce it.
I know it sounds like a Disney character.
Giga Gay, maybe.
And so it's this Dan Cathy,
Yeah.
Lecrae, and Louis.
I used to
Louis.
like Lecrae.
And they're sitting around and they're talking about racism, I'm sure. I have no idea. I haven't watched the
Oh,
entire
what a
video, so I
face.
don't have context.
That's true.
We'll have context in a minute.
We're Captain Context, so he does this whole video. They're at the Passion City Church.
Oh, turn up to 480p, baby.
I don't want it jumping, so we'll
Okay.
stick it
All
at a 480. And,
So here's what happened. I am familiar with this. So I just want, if you haven't seen this before, you need to watch this.
Right.
And we're going to talk about this in a second.
and we're watching this because they're telling us to boycott Chick-fil-A for something stupid now, when there's stuff like this that we
Yeah, that they've
could
completely
potentially boycott Chick-fil-A for.
right. Pick this.
Who shared with me about a revival that was taking place at a church in Texas. And at that revival on the front seat was an older African American man
can't
that
even
was
say
sitting
it.
there.
A man.
And this young man
He's got his brush ready.
up that was there in that service, and he'd been so gripped with conviction about the racism that was in that local community in a small town in Texas that he took a shoe brush and he walked over to this elderly gentleman and he knelt on his knees and began to shine his shoes. And tears began to flow in that service. It was an attitude of conviction. So I invite folks to put some words to action here. And if we need to find somebody that needs to have their shoe shine, we need to just go right on over and shine their shoes.
He's wearing tennis shoes.
And whether they got
Yeah, you don't really
shoes
shine.
on
When is the
or
last
not,
time
maybe
anybody's
they got
done that?
sandals on, it really doesn't matter.
Lecrae's
But
like,
there's a time in which we
Look
need to
at it.
have
Look at him. He's like, yeah, that's right,
some
white guy.
personal
yeah, this
Shine
is
my
stupid.
shoes.
I ought to
action.
slap
You
your
remember
bald
that
head off right now.
photo, too.
Oh,
and some stock in Chick-fil-A.
You have cured racism.
But
single-handedly. Good
I
job.
bought about 1,500 of these.
Good
and
job,
I gave
bud.
to all our Chick-fil-A operators and staff a number of years ago. And so
What?
any expressions of a contrite heart, of a sense of humility, a sense of shame, a sense of embarrassment, began
For what?
with an apologetic heart.
Okay,
I
here's
think
my. That's my
Well, here's-
question.
For
what
what?
have I? Why would I have to do that? Why? I didn't own slaves, or I don't understand.
And this whole
This drives me
little,
crazy.
this whole little sit down was brought on because somebody called Giglio out and said something he said wasn't very supportive of black ethnicity.
Oh, so he panicked. Yeah.
So this was his response. He probably hired both
Lecrae.
of these people to come here.
Right.
A black Christian, again, I would say quote unquote Christian musician when it comes to Lecrae.
Religious musician.
Yeah.
religious, yeah.
And then the Christian fast food restaurant.
But see, I don't know this guy personally, so I don't ever say anybody's a Christian. I'm serious unless I know the person
Right.
personally. You know, we have a Christian podcast here, but you don't know anything about us. You don't know
Yeah.
what we do once we get off the air here. You don't know
If
anything
you'd watch
about
our
that.
off-topic stuff, you might.
We're like Vikings. We go out and rape and pillage after this.
We
so,
do.
I
We
mean,
do. We're actually trying to make Christians look bad.
Yeah.
So this is our plan.
We do a
here.
great job.
We do a
at
really
it.
good job at that.
Winger would agree.
I'm so tired of this. There's a point. One of the things that the Southern Baptist Convention used to do every single year when they would meet together, and you and I were a part of that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They would meet together, and every year they would pass a resolution that said they're sorry for slavery.
Yeah.
All right.
But why?
Huh?
Why?
I don't know. But,
Now,
but
if there are churches practicing racism, they should be sorry.
this is what you need to
I
understand.
agree.
This is what we need to understand from a Christian perspective. If I have wronged someone, which in this case I haven't, I didn't own slaves. None of my relatives that I know of owned slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Even going far back, they weren't wealthy. They didn't own slaves.
We were probably the slaves.
Right. There was a black pastor got on there and said there was I forgot the exact number he said, but it was staggering about how many free slaves owned slaves.
Oh, yeah. A lot of the black people back then owned slaves.
Right, exactly. So they passed it, but there's a point when you're sitting there and you, if I have wronged you, let's say I have done something against you, if I wronged you and I ask for your forgiveness, now the impetus is on you. If you choose not to forgive me, as far as God and I are concerned, I am reconciled to God. Everything's fine on my end with God. Now it's on you. And if you choose to withhold forgiveness, then that sin is on you.
Yep.
And that's what you see. A lot of black Christians, too. They're withholding forgiveness. The first time we came and said, you know what, we're sorry. They said, we forgive you, brother. You had nothing to do with that. That's fine.
It's over. Done.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's almost, you don't see all the time, you don't see the Jewish people asking for reparations from the German people. You don't see that. 6 million Jews died. Horrific situation. You don't see the German people always running around every year apologizing. Now they've banned books and they've made the correct steps. We seem to be the only ones who have to continually pay for sins that we've asked for forgiveness for. You know, and I'm just tired of it. Because everybody's like racism still exists. Somebody got on there with Bill Maher the other day. It was a guy from Breaking Bad. I can't remember his name, the lead character.
Oh, yeah.
He said, and he's a liberal, but he said, name a point in history when blacks have been worse off than they are now. I was like, no, this is the best time for the African Americans out there. It actually is. You look at the ads. I get sucked down the YouTube hole. You look at all the ads that come on YouTube. All of them have interracial couples. If America was, think about it. If America was really as racist as everybody says it is, why would a company put an interracial couple on there? Because the few racists I do know, and maybe there's two, and I grew up in the South, they would freak out about an interracial marriage. But they put them on there all the time. And companies are about, I don't care what they say, they're about selling. And so when you see that stuff, I'm on a rampage. I'm on a roll now. You guys are like,
do it.
But they're about making bucks. And so they're not going to put anything that's going to hurt their business. And so what I remember growing up, you had McDonald's, we were talking about that. You had the white McDonald's commercial and you had the black McDonald's commercial. Do you remember that? Da 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 da, I'm loving it. And then bam bam bam, I'm loving it. And that was the black commercial.
Their sounds better already.
I know, it was fantastic.
We didn't use theirs.
But now you see, blacks and whites and all, and nobody has a problem with it.
No.
We sit there and watch it. Nobody even thinks about it at all.
Nobody cares.
I only started paying attention to it because I was like, well, you would think if racism exists so much that these companies would just have white people. But they don't. Look at it. Just start watching it. All these interracial couples that are on there, and they'll tell you that racism is rampant. And it's like, if it was, they wouldn't be doing that. They're lying to you.
Yeah, and that's the funny part. I was watching Tim Pool, and he had, and I can't remember the gentleman's name. He was a black guy from Texas. He's a congressman or senator. He's
Right.
some kind of elected official. And he was making that point. He goes, in my district, 90-something% of the people are white. He goes, I ran against 9 other white guys in the to get elected as a Republican.
Exactly.
Then he goes, I ran against 2 other people, the Libertarian and the Democrat, who were both white men. He goes, I won in a district of 90% white people. He goes, you cannot tell me this country is racist. He goes, if they're racist, I would have never been chosen to begin with.
People have never, like I said, I've been around a couple of racists in my life. People don't understand what racism actually looks like.
Well, that's the thing. A true racist, if I'm truly racist and I walk in, like you said before, if I walk into a store and I see a black person at the checkout, I'll go to another checkout.
I'll go. Right.
And if there's nothing but black people checking me out, I would leave.
Right.
But I'm not racist. I'm going to walk up. They're going to check me out. We're going to have a pleasant little back and forth, and we're going to go about our business.
If I go to the doctor, if I go to the emergency room and a black doctor walks in, a racist says, I want a white doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what a racist says.
And I'm going to say, can you fix me? And he's going to go, yeah, I would fix me.
I have never, ever, ever in my entire life met anybody who would say, if they got a black doctor, who would say, I want a white one. Never met anybody who would do that.
No.
Ever.
But that's not racism. You just being white is racist.
It's true.
Yeah.
Racist enough.
But, it's big money, man. Racism is big money. Look at BLM.
Oh,
who, by the way, is filing for bankruptcy.
Yep.
I guess because they're too busy buying mansions.
Well, yeah.
For the people who founded it.
Their Marxist agenda is not working out.
Well, they didn't pass that money around it. Maybe they gave all the money away in true communist style. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's true racism. We just throw it out there so flippantly. And this stuff where I got to grovel and I got to cry and I'm not doing it. No. I'm freaking not doing it.
No.
It was a horrific stain on our country's history.
Absolutely.
But this country has done a lot of good too, and we've done more good than we've done bad.
And I didn't have anything to do with that stain.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And I won't if the opportunity arises next.
Yeah. They're like, do you want to own a slave?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You need
Thank
to apologize for not letting women vote. Like, I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't even alive during that time.
Yeah.
And so but they got to keep doing it. They got to divide us.
Mm-hmm.
They got to divide us. They got to make us hate each other. And because that's how they win elections. They win elections by fear, by stoking fears in people.
We got a year ahead of it.
Yeah.
Just
Don't go to Florida. Don't go to Florida. Even though I live in
I'll
Florida.
be there this weekend.
So I on TikTok, I follow this gay guy on TikTok. He's a Floridian. He is hilarious. He is as conservative as about conservative can get. He is against the whole Target thing. He is
Right.
And he had a video of in Chicago on one of the beaches up there by the lake. Some dude went in there and shot a bunch of people on this beach. And he's just sitting there and he's looking out his back door on his beach and he goes, nobody's ever been shot here. Maybe y'all put a travel advisory in Chicago.
Right.
He goes, because I'm perfectly safe on all the beaches around here.
Yeah. It's just, there's hucksters out there who make a lot of money doing this stuff. Al Sharpton's made an entire career by doing this stuff.
Al Sharpton's a snake.
Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other race baiters out there who do this stuff. And they got to keep this narrative going because once the narrative stops, they become irrelevant.
Yep.
So they have to keep doing it. And they have to take all these people. They have to make martyrs. They've got to take people and make martyrs out of despicable human beings because they can't find any decent people who have been killed by white supremacy.
No.
So they got to find a guy. I know over there he was shacking up with 25 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't have been killed, and that's what they have to do. And it's just like, because they have to manufacture it and keep it going and keep it going. Our country has a lot of faults, but this world is a better place because of our country.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to apologize for being proud to be an American.
Nope.
And yeah, like I said, we've done some bad things. So did Japan. So did Germany. You don't see the Japanese running around going, "Time, oh, we're so sorry.
Yeah.
We so sorry." You don't ever see that. I'm sorry, I pronounced my R's. We went and saw a Japanese man. Hello! That's what they. It was so. Nothing again. I have friends who are Asian.
It's
All right.
That makes you not right.
I have any Asian friends.
And on that note, we'll end. Nobody got this far anyway. So
Well, it's don't boycott for something stupid like them hiring.
they already
somebody.
hired this guy.
Find a real
Yeah.
reason.
Find a real reason.
Yeah.
This
is a real reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat there. I don't like this guy.